Spacey Sims, and we're back, finally, with Steam Prison again. So, if you watched the update video, either one of them, both of them, you know, just going to give you a recap again. My D drive crashed. That's where I saved all of my game recordings and all the files that I process, for the uploads for YouTube, and where actually all my Steam games are saved. And that got completely wiped out, so I lost everything, months worth of work. And unfortunately, I hadn't backed it up since the last time. I didn't back it up when I needed to. I was actually really bad about backing up my game saves. Really good at backing up everything else but these. Anyway, kind of learned my lesson. Like, you know what? When you have them, just upload them. Don't wait for the week. Just upload them, because these would have been all uploaded for forever. I actually look back and I'm like, wow, no, I really didn't back up my processed videos. I don't want to back up all of the recordings, because those take up a huge amount of space. But once I process them, I need to back them up. I need to just do it way more frequently. I back up my Sims stuff constantly, and it's the only thing that survived. But that's why. But anyway, beside that, we had lost about 10 hours worth of Steam Prison. So this should have gone up Monday the 10th, but I don't know when it's going to actually post. I want to try to get some things recorded, processed. It might be sporadic. It might not be on an every other day basis like you're used to. I might just record everything and just get it uploaded if I can get everything done. You know what I mean? I don't know, because unfortunately losing everything was just completely terrible, and I was in a really good place with being ahead on everything and being able to dedicate my time to, okay, now I can play this game and just get everything for it. And then I could, instead of having to go back and forth and always getting confused as to what the hell I was doing. And now it's worse because it's been a long frickin' time since I finished this game, and longer since when I recorded, say, this part originally. I had to go back and watch part 48 and try to figure out where I was, because unfortunately what I had did was, apparently, when I recorded part 48, I must have recorded part 49, 50, I don't even know, a couple of parts back to back and not made a save. So I didn't actually have this save. I had to go back, find my part 48 save where I started, kind of skip through where was I, make the same choices again. I did a lot for you, so we could finish this. But luckily Steam did back up in the cloud, back up all my saves, so I could, when I re-downloaded Steam, everything was there. So if you watch the updates, you know that. You also know that this is going to be, that's why there's been a gap between when part 48 posted and this one. Also, just calling it out again, I don't remember anything we were doing. I don't remember anything that happened. I mean, I know what happened in the endings and everything, but I don't remember where my thought process was. I don't remember exactly where we are in the game. I just know, looking back to the last couple choices I had to skip through, for fuck's sake, we're at the beginning of his goddamn route. I mean, holy shit. And this is just kind of daunting. I had to know 10 parts. It wasn't 10 hours. It was 10 parts. But actually, no, almost. Because the last few parts were, okay, we get our ending. So maybe that was only 30 to 45 minutes. I don't remember. But then we did about an hour of getting the other endings. Because he's got a lot of different endings. So we had 3 parts of getting the endings, plus then, going through and listening to the voice acting and all of that. So, yeah, it's so I don't know. It depends on how much I can record of this, when I'm going to put them up, but I will probably just start recording them, processing them. I got a couple parts I'm going to throw them up to at least get them out there, and then, so they might be you might see a couple parts, one every day, and then there might be a few days with nothing. So it's going to be sporadic. It's going to be weird for the ending of Steam Prison. Again, depending on how much I can get done. I don't know how it's going to go. So right now, I'm just going to record a part, maybe 2, see if I could get some stuff so I can start posting them and maybe keep us at a normal every other day or every day because I have nothing else that's going up in August. I'm not even attempting to put anything up. September is when we're really going to come back with stuff. But Color X Malice Unlimited is also coming out. And will be out probably, and I wanted to spend some time doing that, so I got to be playing both, but I do want to get this out there for you, so I'm going to do what I can to try to get this up, processed, get things out for you maybe in August sometime. I'm hoping this first part's going to go up in August, because now that I know it's there, it's available, I want to get it done, so that you're not waiting for months for it to come back. Plus, I'm just thinking of all the things that I have to do and all the things that were going to go up August and September after this finish that now I have to put on hold to finish and it's just, I know I don't have to, but that's just the way my brain works. Like, this needs to come first because you've already been invested 48 hours worth of this, almost. You deserve to have this finished before we start new things or before I post new things up. But at the same time, some of the games that were coming that were new, I was very excited about. Like, Color X Malice Unlimited, we haven't even started, so that's fine. But, like, I was so excited to play Love Spell. I got through almost the whole game, and I got to do it all over again. And, like, now I kind of have to... I was like, all right, fine, we'll start over. But now I got to put it on hold in order to finish that. So, I'm kind of all over the place right now. Don't feel bad or anything, because I'm freaking ecstatic that we have our save files and that Steam backed these up, because it did not back up saves of other games, which is fine because I had to re-record everything again, but I'm just so fucking glad these saves are there so I can just pick up and I don't have to play the whole game. We just pick up and record the last 10 hours again. So I'd much rather go through 10 hours again, rounding here, than I have to spend several hours trying to skip through to get to where Yune's route at least unlocks, and then skipping through to get to this point. That's going to be several hours on top of this, and now we don't have to do that, thank God. I had spent about 10, 15 minutes just trying to find which save I need and skipping through to this point, because I didn't save here. So, hey. Anyway, here we go. So, things happened in the last part. I hope you remember them, because I really don't. I'm jumping in blind. I just know this is where we were. So, the next day, yesterday didn't end on a satisfying note with St. Yune. I hadn't been able to enlist his help, but he remained a key figure in my life. I need to leave that behind when I talk to him. Excuse me. Good morning. I've brought you breakfast. Oh. I can't, my nose is stuffed. I caught sight of St. Yune as soon as I opened the door. He was in his underwear. Oh, we haven't gotten to this part yet, huh? I remember, as soon as when I said, oh, I was like, oh, I think I remember what happened here. It's going to be kind of fun, because it's new for you, unless you've played the game and you're just watching for my reactions, and it's going to be sort of kind of new for me, but not really. Anyway, you were changing. I'm so sorry, Oh, you can stay. You have my breakfast, right? I'll put it over there. I'm hungry. Also, I hope I do the voices the same way. I kind of remember them, but you know how bad it is between... I haven't played this game in a couple days, I don't remember the voices, and I haven't played this game in a couple of months. I don't remember the voices. It's been like a month since... So, anyway. Alright. I've never seen a naked man. Oh, did it say a man naked? A man naked. Sorry, I read that wrong. Technically, I had. I'd seen my father in the bath as a child, but that was more than 10 years ago. I don't know where it was polite to look. Not at his junk, but he's in his underwear, so it's fine. I decided to look away entirely and ignore him. Look him in the eyes? Anywhere in the face. Once I set down his food, I'd leave the room. Yes. And when he's not looking, you can... No, I'm just kidding. Don't lewd the lolly, please. It's weird enough. And the meal looks good today. St. Yune walked to the table and ate a grape. In his underwear. Why are you shrieking? You're being weird. I know that I am. Please put on clothes. I don't know. St. Yune gave a childish smile and closed the distance between us. What are you doing? Your reaction is funny. I needed a closer look. Please stop. If you want me to stop, don't be embarrassed. If you don't want to be teased, don't react to it. And with that, he turned around and walked to the closet. Good. He's going to put clothes on now. Okay, look at this. Go on. Look. At what? I was reluctant, but I had no real choice but to do it, and he's completely naked now. Telling myself it was an order, I looked at Saint Yune. He's still naked. His skin was as white as porcelain. On his chest, between his collarbones, there was a small hole. Okay, so I do remember reading this through, and I remember this part. I remember a thought that I had, and we'll get to it. Hold on. Because he's going to explain this, I think. So, thank you. I wanted to see that look of surprise. This is a bit more than just surprising. I touched my own chest, probing for a similar hole. Of course there was none. Saint Yune, what is that on your chest? A secret. It'd be boring if I told you immediately. But, just kidding. I'm having you kill me, so I'll tell you. And this is what makes me immortal. There's a machine inside my chest. A machine? Yes. I was frail and sickly a long time ago. Without this machine, I would have died before the flood. But I'm still alive now. I don't age and I don't die. The machine keeps me alive. I never wanted to live so long. It's quite frustrating. If the machine keeps you alive, can't you just stop it? I've had the same thought. And? We'll talk more about this later. For now, I want breakfast. I don't remember exactly where we are and the things that... I know some of the things that come out, but I don't remember if they come out later or now. But all I'm saying is, we knew in Ulrich's route, we were like, Ulrich hates Yune for a reason. They're related somehow, even though Yune's like way older, so they can't be brothers. Like, I know that. I threw that theory out. Oh my god, they're related! They're brothers! But obviously they can't be. But, right? And we know from Elkried and Ulrich's routes, Elkried has a fucking key. That's all I'm gonna say. That's a keyhole. He got a key. You're gonna tie this all fucking up in a neat-ass bow. So. That was my fucking theory when we went through. And I saw that. I was like, keyhole, magic key, keyhole. Just saying, they made a point of pointing out Elkried's key. And I did not mean that to sound lewd and inappropriate. It kind of does, but it's Elkried. I don't understand. I gotta pause like for a second, because you know I gotta talk about Elkried, and it's just not gonna stop, even though it's been like a month since I played this, and we're still in Yune's route, and I'm trying to pick up the pieces. I don't understand everyone's hate for Elkried. Like, he's not a pervert. He's a whore. There's a difference. He's just a man whore, and it's okay. Like, everyone hates on him so much. He's amazing. He's so fucking hilarious. I don't know. I just find him, like, whorishly charming. Look. Some people like Toma and like being locked in a cage, like subservient dogs, and I think they're fucking weird. And I like my glasses wearing man whore, okay? Look, it's not gonna change. We all have weird kinks, I guess. Anyway. Seemingly content with my reaction, he quickly got dressed. I'll be interested to hear more of the story. I'll tell you, don't worry. I watched him as he ate. He seemed to enjoy the food, but my mind was elsewhere. That slit in his chest. I've seen it before. For a key. Yes, for a key. It was a keyhole. A keyhole? What kind of machine makes a human live forever? Now I had another mystery to think about. Not that thinking about it was going to do me any good. Saint Yune is such a mysterious person. His schedule for the day was meeting with the people, Randomly chosen applicants could have an audience with him. Being able to speak to Saint Yune directly without being a temple official was, of course, incredibly rare. They're going to be over the moon. I stood behind him, looking out at the long line ahead. Men and women, old and young, everyone was anxious to speak to him. I imagine I'd be the same if I were in their position. Perhaps I'd have been sleepless, wow, with nerves, and come to him exhausted and sleepy. Saint Yune was highly venerated. Saint Yune! I don't know if you can hear me when I It feels like sounds so quiet, but I don't know. A tall man appeared and stumbled towards him. This man... The document showed him to be a florist. So he brought him flowers. I don't know if you can hear the music. I can't. But I just realized that, like, I've had to change my sound settings for different things. And, like, because you know how this used to always sound loud? Oh, no, not that. The dong when you make choices or you click anywhere. I'll check it after this. So if you can't hear, like, any music, I'm sorry, I'll figure it out. But it's just, I have to change settings sometimes for different things. And now this is going to get fucked up because, again, it was recorded forever ago and I got to redo it, so. Today is, very nice. The weather is so good. It is. Not that we can see it from the chapel. Yes, I'm sorry. This was his only chance to speak with Saint Yune, and yet he could only talk about the weather. He's too nervous. I had to smile at their exchange. There were sounds of giggling in the background. These flowers, they bloomed this morning. Please take them. He extracted a bundle of colorful flowers from their paper wrapping. Hey, you were told that he's not going to accept any gifts. It's all right. I'll take these. He stood up and walked towards the man. The man was sweating. He was trembling, too. If someone had given him the slightest prod, he would have lost his balance. Please. Thank you. They're very nice flowers. And the moment Saint Yune touched the flowers... What? The flowers wilted and scattered. The flower's lustrous color had disappeared. Brown petals tumbled to the floor. Why? I'm so sorry, Saint Yune! The man was shaken. He turned around and fled. Someone clean this up. Carefully. I'll take a break. Roger! Why did the flowers wilt? What just happened? I looked at Saint Yune. His expression was impassive. I decided it wasn't the time to ask and simply followed him back to his room. Back in his room, Saint Yune sat down on the sofa. He hasn't said anything since he left the chapel. I wasn't sure whether he was just wasn't in the mood for chatting or if he wanted to avoid talking about the flowers. After some thinking, I decided to bring it up. I should stop if I see him not liking the topic. I opened my mouth. About what happened in the chapel. Could you explain to me why the flowers wilted? There's not much to explain. I don't know a lot more than you do based on what happened. There must have been something that could harm me in those flowers. A poison, maybe. Harm you? Yeah, you were born in this country. I'm sure you know the tale. The tale? The tale was a short poem extolling Saint Yune. It was a staple in compulsory education. Saint Yune does not age or die, praying for the people in eternal peace. Thanks Saint Yune and his blessings, for his love is infinite. Well remembered. And the tale is right. I'm immortal. So the flowers wilted. And that's all there is to it. That's a bit of a flimsy explanation. It's true, we don't know the... Okay. Some things we don't know yet. I know! I can't wait till that comes out, because it's kind of fun. I was confused by how those things were supposed to be connected. And why his life was apparently in danger to begin with. Saint Yune was the symbol of our country. I could think of no reason to target him. Saint Yune, the cleaning is complete. Please return to the chapel. Right. And that's the end of my explanation, okay? I don't think I can ask him for more information right now, even if I'm not satisfied. I nodded and followed him out of the room. He's the man from before. Saint Yune, I am so sorry. It was the man who had given flowers to Saint Yune in the chapel. Why is he here? Only temple employees were allowed in the hallways. It's all right. The flowers wilted, but the sentiment is appreciated. I'm so very sorry. I wish there was anything I could do. This is a little weird. Of course, it could simply have been that he slighted St. Une and wanted to apologize, but I didn't think so. Please accept this an apology. The man took a step toward St. Une and reached into his pockets. Die! A knife! Sorry, my flowers wilted. Take a knife to the chest! Not exactly what you're hoping for there, but okay. I reached for my sword, but the man had his knife out much faster. I won't make it! The man brought his knife down on St. Une, and when it touched his body, all the glass in the hallway shattered with a deafening shriek. And that wasn't all. The glass had embedded itself in the man's body. A large shard had gone deep into his throat. Blood was running down from his mouth. He reached for the shard in his throat, trying to remove it. He pulled it free, letting forth a torrent of blood. St. Une's clothes were stained bright red. The man attempted to grab St. Une as he collapsed. He was dead before his fingers could touch him. What just happened? Like I said, I'm immortal. Uh-huh. What happened here? People came running, drawn by the noise. Lord Warner was at the forefront of the crowd. Apparently the assembly had been in session. This tool. I did not miss this fucking tool. A little bit, because he's such a good evil fucking character. It's someone that you just, like, I hate you so much, God. Love that I hate you. Not as much as I love how much I hate Sasha, but, you know. But, Your Holiness, what's transpired here? I don't remember the voice we gave him, and he's not important, so anyway. It's just some assassin. It's not a big deal. St. Une was perfectly composed. He was completely unaffected by the horror in front of him. How can he be so calm? I'd been standing next to him, and I was dumbfounded. Lord Warner grimaced at me. Spacey Testella, you were by his side. Why did you allow this? Is your sword merely decoration? I'm very sorry. My sword is going to lop your fucking head off, you little prick. God, I hate this dude. He was completely right. If it hadn't been for that mysterious intervention, St. Une would surely be dead. I'm not his bodyguard, but if I'm given a sword, I need to protect him. I'm not at all harmed. Please don't attack her, Warner. But... She's merely my attendant. She has no duty to protect me. I'm asking you not to attack her. I understand. We will take care of the body. St. Une thanked him and looked at me. I'll clean myself. Stand by in your room. Shouldn't I accompany you? I'll clean myself. It'll involve a bath. Can you accompany me? Or won't you be too embarrassed? Oh. I'll make it quick. Just wait for me, all right? Once St. Une was gone, a throng of employees appeared. He's also probably like, I kind of want to be alone. Like, even though you know someone's going to try to kill you and it's not going to work because you're immortal, it's still got to be like, I just kind of want to be alone. Because it's got to be slightly stressful. You're like, I mean, we're here. Oh, well, actually with Une, he's like, please kill me. I'm stressed because it didn't work. Some of them removed the corpse, others the glass shards, and yet others set about repairing the windows. His path will take a bit of time, I'm sure. Based on past experience, I was fairly sure he wasn't going to tell me much about the man's death. I could investigate on my own. I looked around for someone to ask. My eyes fell upon... this bitch. I'm sorry, Lord Warner, i.e. this bitch. He was standing by watching the servants. He wasn't busy. He's probably never busy because he's a twat. Okay, so maybe he's busy being a twat. Most of all, he was a speaker. Surely he knew a lot. I'm not thrilled by this, but let's try to ask him. Let's not. Lord Warner? He gave an audible sigh. Ugh, you. You have my apologies for this. We can be happy St. Une is uninjured, but you're right. I should have been more alert. This won't happen again. If there's anything you know about this, please tell me. What do you want to know? Why do you think he was after St. Une's life? Who would target a symbol of faith and grace? Only the aristocracy truly believes all that. Common folk have more mixed feelings. Our government is flawless. The gap between the rich and the poor is fairly narrow, and neither rich nor poor suffer hunger. However small the gap is, though, some stratification exists. Saint Une is sometimes targeted as an outlet for frustration. He's the supreme symbol of authority. Just put a pin in this, right? I see. He isn't involved with governance very much, but if he suffers assassination attempts, why isn't he guarded? Because he demands to be unescorted. Besides, there's no need. There isn't? He's like gestures wildly to the carnage in front of us. Did you not see this? No need. He's more effective than a bomb squad. Just saying. The world loves Saint Une so much that it'll intervene if he's in mortal danger. The world judges those that would seek to harm him. You saw it with your own 2 eyes. You saw the miracle. How the world killed that man. Oh, okay. He thinks it's okay. Miracle? I'd always thought that a miracle was a wonderful, fortuitous event. I wasn't sure whether someone's death could be called the same. And what exactly does the world loves Saint Une mean? I don't understand. Why did that happen? We don't need to understand. All we need to know is that it happens. It doesn't matter who makes an attempt on his life. He can't be harmed. The world wills it so. Huh? I turned towards the groans. One of the employees trying to remove the corpse had thrown up on the floor. That's horrible. I looked away immediately, but I'd already seen it. Hey, puke somewhere else! But look, there's bloody glass everywhere. Ugh. Who could do something like this? He really isn't human. Well, yeah, of course not. He doesn't age, you know. For a moment, Lord Warner was silent. Then he began to yell at the workers. Hey, you there! Shut your damn mouth if you don't want me to accuse you of insulting His Holiness. I'm sorry. He snorted and looked at me. I hope His Holiness isn't angry. Either way, I want you to handle events like these with your famous sword skills. Roger. I like how Lord Warner always looks fucking angry, even when he's just having a normal conversation. Kind of twisted in rage, like... Countless glass shards littered the floor. Flecks of flesh and blood had gone as high as the ceiling. Well, that's more disgusting than bloody shards. Bloody glass, okay, chunks of flesh in the ceiling. Ugh, gross. I can be glad that Saint Une is unhurt, but this is an ugly sight. And what's more, what scared me the most was what Lord Warner had said. How the world had ostensibly loved him so much that it averted any mortal danger. Wow. Jesus, I can't read. If that was true, how could I possibly wound Saint Une? Get that key. Click. And yet he still wants me to kill him. How am I supposed to do that? The audience seems to have been cancelled. And not just the audience. A scheduled dinner party with nobles was also cancelled. They'd insisted out of consideration for Saint Une. He may be feeling very disturbed right now. A man had died in front of him. He was a mortal, a priest, but surely that had stirred something in him. He might not eat any of the food I'm bringing. I'd asked the kitchen to prepare a grand dinner, more than usual, but I worried that he'd have no appetite for any of it as I opened the door to his room. I've brought your dinner. Thanks. Wow, what a feast. Yes, today was a hard day. I guess. It seems your dinner party's been cancelled as well. I know. These things are always an annoyance. Now everyone I run into will be telling me how much they worry about me, how glad they are I'm all right, and all that blah. And I have to say the same thing every time. Again and again and again. Same things every time, again and again. Okay, sorry. There's nothing more annoying. Oh, I see. Saint Une didn't like it when others tried to be considerate. Maybe this isn't welcome either. I wondered whether my actions had the opposite effect. No, the good food is always welcome. Thanks. I don't usually get such a feast. You must have told them to change it up. And I like eating, so thank you. I see. I'm glad you appreciate it. I needed to be careful that I don't get too considerate of him. Either way, I had something to do. I worked up my courage and knelt before St. Une. I'm your attendant, but not your guard, but I know how to use a sword. If I had drawn my sword in time, I could have stopped that man and prevented such a shocking scene. I'm very sorry. I told you, I don't want all that. You really don't have to care. I won't die. Besides, what if you mess up and your sword touches me instead? Then you're dead. I don't age. I don't die. Others die instead of me. I'm an abomination. Aw. The people venerate me precisely because I'm not normal. They fear me. That's the saint they want. I'm really looking forward to finding out how you're going to kill me, Spacey. Looking forward to it, huh? Isn't it impossible if I can't use a sword? Yes, and I can't kill myself either. Or at least I don't know a way. You won't be able to harm me. Don't worry, I don't have high expectations. If it doesn't work out, well, and then you'll just die and we can be done with it. If you want to live, then you need to find a way to kill me. Good luck. Our love interest, ladies and gentlemen. You know, if you don't kill me, you'll just die and whatever. Oh, I feel so considered as a human being. Okay. Right. If I didn't kill him before time ran out, then he would kill me. He smiled at me. It was a cold smile. I could feel he wasn't joking. I need to start working immediately. I need to find a way. After a long day, I returned to my room. I thought I'd understood that St. Une was immortal, but I'd been misjudging him. All I'd been able to see had been his order to kill him. There's a reason he didn't tell me how I should kill him. There's no way. The world kills whoever harms St. Une. That's why the flowers had died too. They'd been poisonous, so they'd wilted the moment St. Une had touched them. The world had killed the flowers. And I'm supposed to kill him. He said he had low expectations. I took that as an admission that I would be unable to kill him. And if I can't do it, I'll die. This is such an awful game. That kind of came out she's literally, this is an awful game. And I'm like, this is an awful game. Game is slightly self-aware. This is an awful... It's not an awful game, but at this moment, you're like, it's kind of an awful game. I have to kill my love interest? Wait, what? St. Une was the highest existence in our country, and his command was absolute. I had to serve him, protect him, and eventually to kill him. If I can prove my innocence, then I could evade my exile in the depths. Would St. Une let me go without forcing me to try to kill him as well? But how would I even go about that? I have no idea how I could prove my innocence. But as far as I could tell, there was no escaping my death. But St. Une had wished me good luck. Well, what does he expect me to do? Okay, here's something I just thought of. Ooh, Yune's perspective, cool. Since I've already played through this and we've already done it, when we go and get we might miss some things. Because when we go and we get our bad endings, right, when we have to choose alternate choices, I've already chosen them. But, okay, we'll skip. Okay. My problem is going to be we're going to have to stop before... It's going to auto-skip to that choice. It's going to... When I click the choice, right, it's going to start auto-skipping. We're going to miss the few lines. So we're going to miss some stuff. Because it's going to be very hard to navigate and be like, wait, click here. Wait, click here. Wait, you know what I mean? But we can always click, go back, read the few choices in the thing. But we're probably going to miss some stuff. Because there might be... after you make a choice, the dialogue will be a little different. Okay, fine. We can do that. But if there's something later, you're skipping through, you made your choice, you're skipping through, and then there's something here that's different, it's going to keep skipping through it. I'm not going to know. So we might miss a few things here and there. We'll still get all the endings, and we'll still do the full game. You know what I mean? But we might miss a few dialogue lines. I guess it's really not that big of a deal because, say, the alternate choice is like some of them it's choose the negative options. Okay, well, we didn't, in all the other routes, we didn't go through and choose every single choice. So there are still either negatives or positive. Well, positives we always chose, but there's still sometimes negatives or the, not like the mid-grade kind of choice, the like not good, not bad, just the whatever that we didn't make. The neutral choice, that's the word I was looking for. So I mean, I guess it's not that bad, but it's just something I wanted to, it just occurred to me in my head and I was like, wait. So yeah. So there's that. That's going to be the kind of negative here, but you at least get to see the freaking endings. So I mean, it's better than where we were at the end of the last part between then and now with thinking everything was gone. So anyway, a girl who killed her parents. I never felt the urge to kill a family member. Probably. I've been alive for more than 400 years, so some things were difficult to remember. I wonder what it feels like to kill someone you've lived with all your life. And then again, I know something about how that feels. I knew what would happen when I left him there. I could have just as well killed him with my own hands. Of course, I didn't want him to die, but I feel guilty. There are small things everywhere that remind me of it. And if I want to be free of that, well, I will have to die. But before that, I should take a small look, at least, at what I've lost. I don't remember his perspective being that short, but... I just heard something. Had I imagined it? No, I definitely heard something. You're awake. Good morning. Saint Une? Good morning. Saint Une? Yes? What is it? This is my room. Yeah? Is there a law that says the priest isn't allowed in their attendant's room? I've come to tell you that appointments for the day have been changed. I knocked, but you didn't answer, so I came in. I think we were supposed to attend the assembly session again. What are you planning instead? A condolence visit to the sanctuary district. Sanctuary district? That sanctuary district? I'm not sure what you're trying to imply, but yes, probably. Condolence visits aren't usually decided on short notice. In this case, it was. By me. Last night. You decided on this. You want to go into the depths. Oh, okay, I hadn't made this choice. We're choosing all the positive ones right now, right? I think so, to get all the right. Don't mind that. We've already made that choice because you know where we are, so. Duty or not, that'll be rough. Yeah, but I don't mind that. I like getting out of the temple sometimes. And they may be criminals down there, but they're my citizens as well, even on the ground. I can't ignore them. Like, see, I could technically skip through all of this because I've read all. You know what I mean? But if you saw, like, in that choice, I never chose that middle choice, so you're missing the text from that. So for some reason, I choose when we're going down to get the bad endings, and it skips the difference of dialogue for a few lines. We'll just have to stop, scroll back up in the log, read it, and then, we might miss a few things here and there, but it'll be okay. So it's going to be imperfect, mostly for our bad endings, but anyway. Then we say, okay. That's very kind of you. Not really. I'm not handing anything out, and seeing me changes nothing for them. It's just a big act. Perhaps that's true, but your believers will be happier for it. I think it's wonderful. I hope they think so too. Okay, can you change right now? You can't walk around in the depths dressed like that. Oh! I didn't realize I was still in my nightgown. I mean, you literally just woke. You're still in bed. Oh, please give me 5 minutes. I'll be ready in a moment. You got it. Saint Une? Saint Une gave me a quizzical look. I can't change with you standing there. Really? I can change with you standing next to me. You fucking pervert. Okay, people are going to call Elcreed out and call him a pervert when Yune's like, I'm just going to watch you change. Elcreed never watched us change. He just kept trying to woo us because he's a whore. And we were, "You're magical and from the heights and I love you. Oh my God, take me now." Okay. He just thinks he's God's gift to women, and I'm not going to disagree with him. He's precious and I love him, so whatever. St. Une... I'm just kidding. I'll wait in my room. He wasn't kidding. He wanted to see boobies, little pervert. If it takes more than 5 minutes, that's fine too. Bring me breakfast when you're done. I want to leave on a full stomach. I will. The Sanctuary District. I was supposed to have been exiled there. My situation was different now, but I couldn't shake off my reluctance. But I'm his attendant. If St. Une goes there, I have to go with him. I prayed that nothing would go wrong and put on my uniform. We sat inside the lift headed to the depths. Neither of us said anything. The only sound came from the rumbling contraption carrying us. It seemed like St. Une was deep in thought. He was leaning back and staring off into nowhere. How long is this going to take? I could remember from the last time I'd used it that it took a long time, but not how long. I wish I knew how long it was. I opened St. Une's book of appointments on my lap. You brought that? Yes, I always carry it with me. That's very diligent. I checked his appointments for the day. Oh, right. It was never written down here. St. Une, can I ask you some things? He looked at me expectantly. I'd like to know what you're planning on doing in the Sanctuary District. No, it's fine. You don't have to write it down. Just follow me around. But the depths are more dangerous than the temple, I think. We should talk about it. You think? Yes, you think. You shouldn't judge a place you don't understand by what you think it's like. I've gone to the depths, and Sashin tried to kill me. Once, right? For a few hours? And now you're an expert on it? No, I lived several lifetimes there. 4 at least. Just saying, Jesus. Well, you're not. You have some faint memories of your time there and information others told you. Hearsay is useless. It's only hearsay that I killed my parents. You have no actual proof that I did it, and yet you just assume I'm a murderer. I'm just saying! You and your glass house up there throwing stones at me, bitch. Okay, they think they had proof and they faked the proof, but like, whatever. He's just going by what he's heard. Just saying. You're young, and you should only judge things you've seen yourself. Think of today as a mission to learn about the world, not as accompanying me. That's a bit ridiculous. I had to grin a little. I kind of understood where he was coming from, but he's right that I should only judge things I've seen myself. Information I got from others was always tinged by their personal opinion and didn't entirely reflect reality. I resolved to think for myself instead of gobbling up someone else's account. It's just, being called young by you feels so odd. Yes, I look even younger than you. How old do you think I am? St. Une's age. Obviously we're supposed to say 16. About 400, but because that's about true. That's actually true. But how old does he look? About 16? That can't be. Oh, you're just talking about appearance? Yes, I'm sorry, but you look younger than I do. I see. Yes, that's normally impolite towards your employer, but it's all right. I like that. 16. It's been centuries since someone said that to me. That long? Yes. Time has stopped for me. Most people don't treat me as a human being. Perhaps we found a use for you after all. A small one, though. St. Une... I said a small one. Don't get too full of yourself. Okay, I won't. We've arrived. Yes, are you ready? Always. Let's go. I didn't think I'd ever be here again. The air in the depths was damp and suffocating. The strange local smells assaulted my nostrils. I'd never been anywhere that smelled like it. I really thought I'd seen the last of this place. At least I could be happy that I wasn't exiled here. Do you often come here, St. Une? Generally, you mean? Rarely. It's been years since the last time. I only come here when I feel like it, and I don't feel like it very often. Only when you feel like it, huh? Can't imagine a lot of people like, I feel like going to the prison today. You know. Yes, I'm actually a very selfish man. St. Une... Yeah! There's our Precious. Okay, he's not our Precious. That's Elcrete, and we'll get to that. I'm sure he's going to show up, but... Sashin! Oh, you evil bastard! We still love you. We don't get your route. And I don't know when I said it in our original playthrough. It was probably later on toward the end, but Finn's route is getting localized, and it will be released on Steam, so we will be playing that eventually whenever it comes out, depending on what I'm recording, when I'm recording, and when I can fit it in. But Finn's route's getting translated! Although, I'll say it now, as we're going through, and I do this when we get to even the end. Because there is... Oh, that's right. No, we have to do Yune's ending, and then there is the grand ending. I forgot about that. That's what it is. Oh, right. The grand ending takes like 3 parts. That was like 3 hours long. Oh. That's... Okay. Anyway, but like... I don't know. I know a lot of people, I love Finn. And I'm like, fuck Finn, though. Like, seriously, he did so much shady fucking shit. I'm sorry, but I feel like his route should have been originally in the game, so you play it first, and you're like, oh, Finn's so nice. And then you see how shady and fucking psycho. I know he went crazy because of all the shit they did to him in the Hounds, but, like, Finn, no. I don't, no. So I do think it's funny because there's so many people, Finn's so great and Finn's so wonderful. Elcrete's a pervert. I'm going to reverse that. Elcrete is amazing. He's just a whore. And Finn, fuck Finn. Because even after having played all this and having to come back a month later and redo it, I'm still in the fuck Finn boat, okay? Like, nuh-uh. I still do not like him. I'm sure his route will be lovely and fluffy, and you'll be like, oh, it's so great, but I'm still going to be like, no, but like, fuck you, I know what happens. You can't erase that from my brain. We'll still play it, though, because I'm really curious about it. Like, I'm really curious about why everybody loves him so goddamn much, because, like, no. I feel like I'm like, you pretended to be nice the whole time. Like, oh, I'm nice, and I'm sweet, and I'm Finn. Ha 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 ha, I'm going to kill you if you look at someone else. Ah! Like, I feel like he was just, like, a Sashin away from being a psycho on his own. Look, at least Sashin's always been an asshole to us. I kind of like Sashin better than Finn, not gonna lie. You know what you're getting with him. You know that Sashin is going to cage you and beat you and abuse you. I know what I'm signing up for, and I'm gonna hate that, but I still want that. It's not gonna happen, because they never made a route for him, and they never will. But I'm just saying, I know where that's going. So I'm fully like, okay, fine. I'll get in the cage and you can abuse me and I'm going to hate it but love it at the same time. But like Finn, no. No. Anyway, that's my rant. I don't really remember. Sashin didn't really have a voice. He was just angry, right? So anyway, Your Holiness, please excuse the delay. I love you, you evil bastard. And you are? Sashin Brandenburg, I'm honored to meet you, Your Holiness, and... I forget. I think when we listen to the voice acting, they say his name like Saxon or something. And I was like, yeah, no, I wouldn't... I know, technically, Saxon? To CH, I don't pronounce it, but I just read it that way, and that's just the way it's gone. So I know I've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time, and it's just fun when you listen to the voice acting to be like, oh, yeah, nope, did not do that. Anyway. I like Sashin better anyway. It's easier to say than Saxon. Saxon? Saxon? It's hard. So, Sashin, what happened to Thea? Well, the Ascone sadly lost her life. Currently the commander of the Hounds. And that's what made you such a douchebag. It's okay, sweetie. Pats him on the head. I see. And that's very regrettable. Sir Sashin bowed deeply and turned to me. Your Holiness, this woman... She's my attendant. Treat her well. I understand. Please follow me. I'll show you through the sanctuary district. He's a good actor. Or he doesn't remember me because all vaginas are the same to him. Like, all people with them are the same to him. We kicked his ass, though. Well, okay. Elcreed helped us. But, like, you know what I mean. We were kicking his ass. Maybe not. Did he kick our... I don't really remember. In my mind, I kicked his ass. So that's all that matters. Slashing? I don't think so. He's trying hard to hide who he really is from me. But I can sense his ambition and desire. He's very human. Human? I think he's a horrible despot. I see. I've met a lot of people over the years. Perhaps I'm more tolerant than you at this point. Also, he didn't try to sword fight you, Yune, so... Everything changed when we reached the settlement. As soon as the residents began to notice St. Yune, there was a flurry of commotion. Some of them wept, some screamed. Everyone reacted strongly to his presence. This is so different to when I came on observation. More and more arrived. News that St. Yune had come to visit spread like wildfire, drawing residents to us. They came running from every direction. They come crawling like maggots. Your Holiness, please stand back. I'll scatter them. It's all right. I'll let them be. But take care that they don't touch me. I want to avoid more chaos. Roger. St. Yune smiled benevolently, treating the people like he had his followers in the chapel. He was the very image of a saint. He said himself that this is all an act, but even so, he was, without a doubt, a saint. A ray of light in the darkness. His light shone on the souls of the destitute, sealing the wounds in their hearts. I felt a belligerent stare on us. I drew my sword and looked at those near St. Yune. They were harmless. Then where... Isn't that... Dun, 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 this fucking asshole that everybody loves for some fucking reason. That man next to the building. Is that Finn? I wasn't sure. I drew a deep breath. No, it was definitely Finn. He's wearing a hound's uniform. Is it someone else who looks like him? Look, I mean, again, I get it. He's been tortured because of us. But, like, it doesn't really excuse anything you did. And yet, if he was some other character, like if it was Elcreed doing it, I would make excuse. Like, oh no, but I mean, like, he was I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Finn that I'm just like, no, fuck you. Like, fuck you. I just don't like him. Okay? No, his height, his features, everything matched Finn. Why is he in the depths? Why is he with the hounds? I had to know. I had to talk to Finn. But he was too far away. I would have to leave St. Yune. I would have had to leave St. Yune. I couldn't leave my post on personal business. Oh. I looked back at Finn. He'd vanished. I wanted to convince myself I had mistaken someone else for him, but I wasn't going to forget my old partner. Finn. As I thought about him, my heart felt heavy, as if covered in lead. The uproar around me was distant and hardly reached my ears. About an hour passed. St. Yune finished his tour of the district, and we went inside the Hounds building. Sir Inez had led us to the mess hall in Sashin's place. Please wait here. I can bring you water or coffee. Oh, water is fine. What about you? I ordered water as well, and Sir Inez set about bringing it. I looked after him and sighed. Really, because that looks like a bunch of fucking wine back there. They're just selfish. Finn was wearing the same uniform. And not just Sir Inez. All the hounds except Sir Sashim were wearing that red uniform with the cape. So, that means... I was torn between denying what I'd seen and wanting to know more. My mind was in turmoil. Eve looked distraught since earlier. Is something wrong? Oh! Tell me about it. We need to pass the time here anyway. I don't know whether I should tell him. I was hesitating, but there was nobody else I could talk to, and I wasn't going to be able to do anything about it alone. I decided to talk to him. I saw someone I know in the crowd earlier. His name is Finn Euclid. He was my partner when we were police officers. Earlier he was wearing a hound's uniform. He told me he was discharged a while ago, but I didn't think he would be sent here. I wonder whether I mistook someone else for him. No, that was him. Sir Inez. Sir Inez put the water on the table and sat down opposite St. Une and me. May I explain to her, Your Holiness? Sure, that'd help. Sir Inez nodded gravely and looked at me. His eyes were piercing. I gulped. I'm sure you're aware that the hounds are composed of personnel dispatched by the temple. Yes, I know that. How does the temple pick these people, then? They're police officers who were discharged. Outside administrative personnel, police officers operate in pairs. If one of them loses their job, the other is discharged as well. Stupidest fucking law still. And since they're thought to be partly to blame for whatever the other committed, they're assigned to the hounds as punishment. So, it's my fault that Finn was sent to the hounds? Yes. But he's such a kind, good man. He couldn't live down here. Yeah, no, he kills down here. Perhaps, perhaps not. Doesn't matter. The rules are what they are, and they don't consider personality. That's horrible. I'd never realized that he'd been sent to the depths due to me. If only I'd known all the rules when I was still a police officer. You wouldn't have killed your parents. I didn't kill my parents! Then what does it matter? Exactly. It wouldn't have changed anything. St. Une, police officers have been operating in pairs since the formation of the Sanctuary District. Originally, the whole system, including the hounds, was explained to new police officers, but it led to irregularities. Irregularities? And they were afraid of being sent to the hounds and covered up their partner's crimes. A mutual oversight was lost. Later on, we only told them that officers operate in pairs, and other officers were simply told that the remaining person was reassigned. It's a deception, but one with very valid reasons. But what do I... You don't do anything. This was his fate. But I'm the reason... He lost his job because of me, and I didn't even do anything wrong, and I almost got sent down here to die. I mean, maybe we should be mad more about that. It's nice of us to be mad about Finn, because it does suck for Finn, but, sucks kind of for both of us. Right now, we're living the cushy life, watching out for St. Une. We have to kill him, and like, okay, we'll figure that out later. We only have a month, though, and then our ass is like, you know. There's no need to grieve that much. This isn't a police officer's graveyard. If he performs well here, he can request to return. Right, Your Holiness? Yes, I've received many applications. Every couple of years we see one. But there's more to do here than patrol. It's a little more involving. Yeah, like beating people and killing people and cutting up bodies and weird shit, you know. And murdering my boyfriend. Look, I'm just not going to forgive him from killing Elcree that one time, okay? Fuck you, Finn. Inez, is that man called Finn Euclid really here? Yes. He received training from Sashin for a time, and now he's working with the others. Training. Abuse. We'll give him that. I see. Can you summon him? He's on duty outside. I can have him brought here if you wish. You heard the man. If you want to talk to him, tell him that. Talk to Finn. We don't want a bad ending yet. Like, I'm not saving where we need to save because I've already saved all those, so, like, I already have all those saves. Please let me talk to him, if it's not too difficult to arrange. Very well. I'll send for him immediately. Your Holiness, please don't leave this room. Enos is a very good man, and nobody wants to be here, and he's the most upstanding of them. He watched Sir Inez until he was out of sight. Then he looked at me. I don't mind letting you talk to your partner, but that's all I can do for you. It wouldn't be fair towards the other men in the hounds, you see. Yes, it's all right. Perhaps he'll despise me, but I need to apologize. I didn't know he'd been sent here. All I did was lament my own misfortune. I don't think you're to blame for anything if you didn't know. But knowing your personality, you probably still blame yourself. Yes. But why did you let me talk to him? Because I knew what you were thinking. I don't like seeing you depressed. That makes me gloomy too. I'm sorry. I told you, don't look at me like that. St. Eunae gave me an exasperated smile. I had to smile as well. St. Eunae is so nice. Words can change us. No matter what I did, Finn's path wasn't going to change, but perhaps I could make it easier for him. I need to tell him how I feel, not just ramble on. I hoped that I was going to be able to make myself clear and waited for Finn. It's taking a fair amount of time. St. Eunae drained his cup of water. It was already his 5th, no, 6th. It's taking a while. It certainly wasn't easy to find someone on patrol, but I was beginning to worry something had gone wrong. For the time being, I could only have faith in Sir Inez. Would you like more water? I stood up. The door creaked open and I froze up. I'm very sorry that it's taken so long. This is... Finn! And the man she hugged is Finn Euclid. Yes, he is indeed. I know we're going a little over, but there wasn't a really good place to stop there. I mean, there kind of was at one point, and I was like, we'll just another minute or... Now we're fucked, so whatever. Spacey, people are looking. Please let go. Oh, sorry. Finn, I wanted to talk to you. I need to apologize. I'm so sorry you got sent here to the depths. It's not your fault. It's what the rules say. I'm happy you're all right. I didn't think I'd be able to see you again. It's like a dream come true to have you here. Finn. Yeah, but he was glaring at us before because we were with another man, so I don't trust a word he says. I know people are all like, well, look at his sweet face and he's being nice. No, he's a shady motherfucker underneath and you can't convince me otherwise, okay? Maybe when we play his route, I'll be like, oh, he seems so nice. This is going to overshadow it, just all the crazy. Because he was literally like a Sashin slap away from crazy, so. You look like you've lost weight. Is everything all right? Yes, I've gotten used to life here. I'm doing as well as can be expected. I see. That's good. What about you? Why are you here with St. Eunae? I was made St. Eunae's attendant. Attendant? So you've proven your innocence? No, I still have to, but I'm going to do that. And once that's done, you... Hey, how long are you two going to stay in your little world? Are you going to introduce him to me? Oh, I'm sorry. This is Finn Euclid. As you were told, he's my former partner. Finn, this is St. Eunae. That brought me back to reality. Everyone with 2 eyes in their skull can see it's St. Eunae. Whoa. Oh, I see. Of course he's St. Eunae. I don't know the exact procedure, but I hear that you can be reinstated in the police after good service here. I'll live with hope, Finn. Thank you. I will remember that. I'm very sorry to interrupt this conversation, St. Eunae. I've returned from my appointments and will resume control. Inez, Euclid, back to your stations. Roger, excuse me. Yes, thank you for your efforts. Finn, be well. You too. I hope we can meet again. Alright, we'll stop here with Sashin being back. And then we'll continue on in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Woo! Glad that we can finally finish this. So yeah, remember to give the video a huge thumbs up because we get to have it back. Yay! And subscribe to see more.